Math Day 101 with Grandma. Here's our math problem strategies for masterpieces. The Mind's Eye. Women in a Blue Hat, around 1938, by Pablo Picasso. In a Picasso, you might see both front and side concurrently. He changed the way we think of art. The Cubist style was just the start. The grouping eyes to make a 10 and find all 6 ways, or look again. Group of 5, a group of 2, a group of 1, a group of 3, a group of 2, a group of 4. Well, 5 plus 3 and 2 would be 10. And 4 plus 3 plus 3 would equal 10, because 3 plus C equals 6. Let's see, what else could we do? 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, plus 5 is 10. 4 plus 1 plus 5 is 10. 5 plus 3 plus 2 would be 10. There you go. Ooh, square deal. Composition with red, yellow, and blue, 1940. Piet Mondrian. For Mondrian, the art's abstract, with lines all painted straight and black. His color choices are so few, he paints with yellow, red, and blue. Sevens made from squares are great. The different groupings number 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 3 plus 1 would be 8. And 3 plus 1 would be 4. Plus 2 plus 2 would be 8. Let's see. 2 plus 3 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Lots of ways to get to 8. Okay, we're going to recognize the name of this illustrator because he illustrated all the circumference books. This is a different author, though. Her name is Pam Calvert. A Math Adventure, The Multiplying Menace, The Revenge of Rumpelstiltskin, illustrated by Wayne Geehan. Multiplying Menace, The Revenge of Rumpelstiltskin. The castle was full of guests celebrating Peter's 10th birthday. "You have one gift left," said his mother, the queen. A big bouncy puppy ran out and licked Peter's face. "This is the best birthday ever," Peter said as he ran his fingers over the dog's soft fur. Just then, down the stairs came a thunderous rumbling and a cloud of smoke. Peter watched as the smoke cleared. There stood a strange little man who said to him in a high squeaky voice, "I have come for you." "Go away," said the queen. "I said your name 10 years ago, and I will say it again. Rumpelstiltskin." "You can't get rid of me so easily this time. 10 years ago, I turned your worthless straw into gold. Now I demand what you owe me." "Guards," the king ordered, and 10 guards rushed forward. Rumpelstiltskin pointed his walking stick at them and muttered some words. There was a sudden flash, and 8 guards disappeared. Only their hats remained. "By tomorrow you will see that the only way to save your kingdom is to give me the boy." The little man crackled, and then he was gone. The celebration continued, but no one laughed or smiled. Even Peter's puppy seemed to know that something was wrong. That night, strange things happened. The baker woke to find hundreds of mice in his flour bins. Yuck. The milkmaid found only 4 cows where there should have been 20. All across the kingdom, farm animals had disappeared, while insects and other pests had appeared in great numbers. News of the strange events made their way to the castle. "What should we do?" the king asked his advisors. Before they could answer, Rumpelstiltskin appeared. He shyly pointed his stick at the castle wall. "Stone times 1/3, he said, and the walls were suddenly full of holes. "Give me the boy or I'll do worse." "Leave at once," the king demanded. Rumpelstiltskin pointed to the king. "Nose times 6, he said. "It can't be," the king sputtered. "It couldn't be. It couldn't be, but it was. The king had 6 noses. Rumpelstiltskin went, "Everyone will have 6 noses if the boy doesn't come with me." Peter said, "I will go with you if you fix my father's nose and put everything back the way it was." "I will," Rumpelstiltskin replied. "No, wait," said the queen, but it was too late. Peter and Rumpelstiltskin were gone. Peter found himself standing in front of a crooked hut. "Will you fix my father's nose now?" he asked. "Ah," the little man replied, "I never said I would do it right away. First you must work to repay what your family owes me." Rumpelstiltskin went into the hut and lit a candle. Peter saw shadowy creatures scurrying in the corners. The flame barely cut through the darkness. Rumpelstiltskin pointed his walking stick at the candle and said, "Candle times 8. The glow of 8 candles brightened the room." "How did you do that?" Peter asked. "There's no concern of yours," the little man said. "Now go gather some firewood." Peter collected an armful of dry wood from the surrounding forest. Rumpelstiltskin put 4 branches in the fireplace. "Branches times 10, he said, pointing his walking stick. He made a fire with the 40 branches that appeared. In the firelight, Peter spotted 2 tiny meat pies. His stomach rumbled. Rumpelstiltskin pointed his stick at the pies and said, "Pies times 5!" and 10 pies appeared on the table. Rumpelstiltskin gobbled 6 of the pies as Peter watched. Peter reached for a pie and felt the stick thump his back. "I'm saving those for later," Rumpelstiltskin said. "Now sweep the floor and do it quickly. I'm going to sleep." Soon the sound of snoring filled the room. Peter swept the floor, inching closer and closer to the small bed. When he was right next to the bed, Peter gently tried to slide the stick from the sleeping man's grasp. It wouldn't budge. Peter plucked a feather from Rumpelstiltskin's cap and flicked it under the sleeping man's nose. Rumpelstiltskin let go of the stick to brush the feather away. Peter grabbed the stick and put the broom in its place. Peter looked at the walking and said, "How did he use this?" he thought. As if in answer, Peter's stomach growled. He pointed his stick at the 4 pies and whispered, "Pies time 5." Nothing happened. He tried again. This time he mimicked Rumpelstiltskin's squeaky voice. The pies just sat there. He tried waving the stick like Rumpelstiltskin did. Still, the number of pies did not change. Peter examined the stick carefully. This X carved in the end might mean something. He pointed the X at the pie, said, "Pies time 5," and 20 pies appeared. "It worked," Peter whispered. He quickly ate 8 pies and could not eat any more. Rumpelstiltskin sees all these pies. He'll know I used the stick. There are 12 pies, Peter thought, but there should only be 4. 4 pies is 1/3 of 12. Peter pointed the stick. "Pies time 1/3, he said. Instantly the 12 pies became 4. "Yes," Peter exclaimed. "Maybe now I can fix my father's nose and all the other awful things Rumpelstiltskin has done." "If I can get to the castle and back before Rumpelstiltskin wakes up, he won't even know I was gone," Peter thought. But just in case, he put 2 chairs in front of Rumpelstiltskin's bed. "Chairs times 50, he said, pointing the stick, and a wall of 100 chairs blocked the bed. Peter backed out of the hut and ran into the forest. The sun was rising as Peter headed for the castle. On the way, he heard a voice calling, "Help! Someone help me, please!" Running towards the voice, Peter saw a boy standing on a stone in the middle of the river. "Help!" the boy cried. "Yesterday I was walking across the river where most of the stones disappeared. I've been stuck here all night." Peter knew it was Rumpelstiltskin's work. "How many stepping stones were here before?" 27, said the boy. "I count them every day I walk across. Now there are only 3 stones left." Peter picked up 27 small pebbles and put them down in groups of 3. Then he pointed the walking stick and said, "Stepping stones times 9." The boy whooped with joy as he crossed the river. Peter waved goodbye before he hurried on to the castle. Along the way, Peter ran into more of Rumpelstiltskin's mischief. He multiplied by 12 to help a family who had lost all but 2 of their chickens. He multiplied by 1/30 to help a seamstress whose spools were full of spiders. Soon Peter could see the castle in the distance. He ran faster. As he neared the castle, Peter heard a strange buzzing. Grasshoppers were chewing every plant in the royal garden. The garden wailed as the bugs attacked the tender green beans. Peter pointed the walking stick to the garden. "Grasshoppers time 1/100th," he said. "Thank you," the garden sobbed. "A few more minutes and there would have been nothing left." Peter hurried from the garden to the castle. "You got away from that horrible man," the queen cried. Peter hugged his parents and explained, "I don't have much time. I have to get back before Rumpelstiltskin knows I'm gone." Peter pointed his walking stick to his father. "Nose times 1/6. "Oh, thank goodness," said the king. "My royal nose is restored to its normal number. Now every sneeze won't be an ordeal." Peter was about to fix the castle's wall when he heard a thundering boom and saw a cloud going. "Thought you could get away, did you?" Rumpelstiltskin scoffed. Peter raised the walking stick. "Rumpelstiltskin times none!" he shouted, but nothing happened. "That's not how it works," the little man said, cackled as he grabbed the stick. Peter held on to the stick with all his might and shouted, "Rumpelstiltskin times nothing!" The little man was still there and surprisingly strong. Peter was losing. "Rumpelstiltskin times 0!" A flash of lightning made Peter close his eyes. When he looked again, Rumpelstiltskin was gone. That night, the whole kingdom celebrated. Peter fixed all the bad things Rumpelstiltskin had done. Peter multiplied by whole numbers to bring back the people, animals, and objects that had disappeared. He multiplied by fractions to get rid of all the extra insects and other pests. When everything was the way it should be, Peter hid the stick where no one would find it. As the story of Peter's bravery spread, children began playing a new game based on his adventures. Times a whole will make you many. Times a fraction leaves you hardly any. Times a 0 will leave no one. Multiplying Menaces on the run. Multiplying Menace and the Revenge of Rumpelstiltskin.